Hey guys, what's up? This is 3 Board Bros again. We're gonna be doing a video on Rat-A-Tat-Cat, and it is a game right game about rats and cats. And how many players is it? 2 to 6 players, and yeah. So let's just get started and start opening it. Here, I'm gonna open it up.
There's a game right manual thing that just has a bunch of other games in it. There is a actual manual with the rules and how to play. And then there are cards.
And so yeah, the 3 components in the game are the instruction manual, the game right manual that has a bunch of other games, it's typically an ad, and then the actual deck of cards, which is the actual game. So let's just move all of these to the side, because who needs instruction manuals when you have us? And then, yeah, so now we have just the deck of cards. So this game is really simple. It's not really difficult to play, it just has a lot of instructions because it has, I guess, it has quite a few different rules. It's really easy to understand once you know how to play it. So typically you're trying to get the lowest amount of, So obviously a 9, which is a big rat, or a king rat, is not good. Neither is a 7, which is another rat. So the rats are the highest amount, but the good cards are the zeros, which is the Statue of Liberty. They are zeros, which is the lowest card in the game, and that's a really good card, obviously, but you're not always going to have zeros. The other good cards are the 2s, the 1s. Now, the cats are actually the, I suppose, good guys in these because they have the lowest numbers, and the rats are potentially the bad guys in this because they have the highest numbers, them being 9, 7, 8, and I think that 6 is actually a cat. But yeah, so you're trying to get the lowest amount. So we're just gonna deal everybody out the cards. Yep, okay. Obviously you're gonna have to shuffle the deck before you start going.
So you deal 4 cards to each player, and then you peek at these 2 outer cards. These 2, the one on the very left, the one on the very right.
Which means the rest of the game you're keeping your cards face down.
Yeah. And you only peek at them this once, and then you don't get to look at them again the rest of the game unless you get a peek card, which is a special card.
So try to remember what you have when you peek first. So let's just peek, and just for demonstration purposes, we can just show them what we got, right? Yeah. So I have on one side of my thing, I have a 1, and on the other side I have a 9. So obviously the 1 is really good, and the 9 is not so good. So
and I have a 2 and a 0.
So you got a really good one.
I have a 0 and a 9.
Okay, so Gabriel's doing the best right now, or that you can see he's doing the best. But yeah, so then now that you're obviously gonna flip those back over, you're gonna need to remember what those are. So you're obviously, because you're not gonna be able to look at them ever again, really. So now I'm gonna show you some other cards that will allow you to look at them, or some other just special cards that you can get. And so these are the special cards. Now, one of them is a draw 2 card, which is obviously a Western cowboy cat. One of them is a peek card, which is a cheetah, and then the other one is a swap. It's funny, it's a cheetah. Okay, the other one is a swap card, which is some sort of like poker dealer or poker guy who has cards up his sleeves, which is never good. But anyway, so now the swap card is obviously, or what that means is if you have, like, for instance, with my 9, I would swap that with somebody else's card. Just like, let's say for instance I wanted this card of his, I would just swap it like that, and then you don't get to look at that though. That's like, you just swap it. You don't know what this is, he doesn't know what that is. And even if you just swap this one, you don't get to look at it before you swap it. You just have to swap it. It's a complete game of guessing. And then if you got the peek card, then you would be able to just peek at one of your cards. So obviously, if you forgot one of the cards on the edge, you could peek at that again, or if you wanted to see just one of the cards in the middle, you could peek at that. The draw 2 card is a draw, it's obvious what you do with that. You can draw 2 cards, or you draw 1 card. I'm just gonna draw this card, and if you like this card, you don't get to draw again. You get to put this into your pile. So I would probably take that because it's a 4 and I have a 9 over here. But if I didn't want to, I could just discard it and then draw again and see what that was. And that is a 6, so I would have been better to take 4, but I didn't know that at the time, and let me just put that back in the deck randomly. But that's how it works with the draw 2 card. Now another thing is that if you get one of these cards, like let's say for instance, instead of my 1, I had gotten a draw 2 card. So if you have one at the end of the game, if you have one of these in your 4 cards, at the end of the game, you just swap it out with a random other card. You don't get to, I mean, you could swap it out with a different card just randomly, but I mean, if you see it just randomly here, you can't use it, and you can't just discard it because it's a special card. It's just there until you swap it out. So yeah, and then okay, so once you use one of these cards, you just discard them, and they just go into the discard pile. Okay. So let's just do a quick demonstration round to demonstrate. I mean, we already have our cards out, so let's just do this.
Okay, so we're gonna flip the top card of the deck over, and so now Garrett can choose his card and swap it out with one of his other ones if you would like to do that, or he can draw.
So I can draw a card right now, and 5 is pretty good, especially since I have a 9 in here, and that's not really, 5 is obviously better than 9, but I think I'm just going to draw for this turn and see what I get. So I actually got a 7, which is not much better, but it's still better, so I'm just going to trade it out with my 9, and then my 9 goes to the discard pile, and my 7 just sticks with me here. So yeah, now it's Graydon's turn, yeah.
I got a 7, so I'm going to swap that with my 9.
Okay, my turn. I got a 9, which is really not that good, but I'm just gonna swap it with one of these random ones, and okay.
It was an 8, not a bad trade actually. I mean, it's obviously not better, it's just not a bad trade.
Going
Well, now you know what that card is.
Terrible trade.
That
Okay,
one's
so
8.
now it is Garrett's turn again.
Okay, so I don't want an 8, so let's just draw another card. Oh, I got a 5. So let's just switch that with a 7. I'm playing it safe here, not trying to lose any of these cards in the middle quite yet.
Ooh, I got a 2, so I'm going to swap that with my 7.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw, and oh, I got a 1, so I'm obviously gonna swap that with my 9.
Okay, so now I don't want that 9, so I'm gonna draw again. That's a 4. I think I'm gonna swap it with one of these cards. You guys have advice? Let's go with this one. This one right here. Ah, it was a 7. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Okay. Now it's your turn, yeah.
3. I'll swap that with one of these random ones. It was a swap
card.
so
Good job. Well, I mean, that could be good and it could be bad, but you never know. It's a chance card, typically.
My turn, and I got an 8. So I'll give it a shot with this mystery card, and I got 6.
It's not that great of a card, but it's definitely better than an 8. Now I'm gonna draw because I don't want that. 3. What's this? I forget. Okay, that was a 4, I think. And this was a 5, so I'm gonna swap it with my 5.
I got a 1. I'll swap that with just one of my random cards. I don't know.
Oh,
it was a
0. So it's back to your turn, which means you can draw that.
Oh
card.
yeah, I'm gonna take the 0. Yeah, we'll do that, and boom.
Take the 8. Okay.
That's definitely a less.
I'm going to draw. Let's see. I got a swap card, so I'm going to let's just go for that swap right there. I didn't get. Remember, you can't look at that. I'm pretty sure I'm taking the right one there. I don't know though.
I guess you'll find out.
Okay. Oh yeah, that goes in the discard. Yeah.
A 5.
Also, really quickly, you
discard
wouldn't actually be saying what your card is. You just draw it and swap it out and try to keep it as secret as possible.
Yeah, you're not going to be telling everybody what you have because obviously the objective of the game is to have the lowest amount. And if everybody knows what you have, then it's not. Then obviously, like when he had the 0, I wouldn't have known that he had a 0, so I wouldn't have been able to take that unless he had shown it to me, which is not good. So just don't show people your cards. You're just trying to keep it as quiet as possible and keep it as smooth as possible with a good poker face. So
I'm going to draw for my turn. It was a 6. So let's see. Did you give me a 7?
oh, that was actually better. Let me see. So this one's a 4. This one is a. What's this one? This one was a 1, right? Yeah, this one was a 1. What's this one? This one was a 0, I think. I think it was a 0. What was this? I just remembered what that one was. Okay, let's just draw a card. I'm not gonna trade that for anything because I probably have a lot better than that, unless my 0 is not a 0.
A 6.
Got anything that you want to trade for?
I don't remember what this one is, so I'll just swap it.
Oh, it's a 2.
Oh.
Ouch. Oh, you're giving him such good cards.
I'll take that 2. Go with that. Thank you.
Okay, looks like it's back to my turn. I'm going to draw another card. Oh, it's a 2. Now, if this one's a 4, I'm just going to trade this one. Yeah, that was a 4. So let me think here. So I have a 0,
It's a 4.
and a 1, and a 3. So I'm going to Rat-A-Tat-Cat. So
Okay.
to typically, if you think that you have the lowest amount, you just knock on the table and say Rat-A-Tat-Cat.
Just give it to me.
And yeah, so now after I do that, it goes to their turns. They get to go again. Yeah,
Once you do it, everyone else except you gets to go again.
gets to go another turn. Yeah. So it's your turn. Peak. I think you've already seen on the cards, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just checking that. Okay, so that's that.
Let's flip over our cards and see who has the lowest amount. Oh, I have a 1. I didn't get his 0. Ouch. Okay, so let's see. I have, that's not good. I have 7. So he has 4, 7, and 8. Yeah, wait. Yeah, 8. Okay, so Gabriel wins. That's a little sad, but okay.
He doesn't win, we just write down
Yes.
the score.
Well, now if you technically he would have won that round, or has the most. So at the end of that, you could just end the game right now. This could be that could be the end of the game. But you're actually supposed to write down the points. We're not supposed to. You can write down points on the side and then just go again and stop whenever you want. They go pretty quickly, but I would say that probably like 10 to 15, maybe even 5 would be enough rounds to have the winning player at the end of that. But yeah, so that's good for the demonstration. Yeah, whoever has the least points at the end wins the game. Would be the point, instead of just having like this round where obviously Gabriel would have won because he had the 2 zeros, which I wish he had gotten as a freaking 0. Okay, now yeah, so I think that's it for Rat-A-Tat-Cat. It's a pretty fun game, honestly. It's pretty fast. You know, if you just want to play a quick game, you can just put this out on the table. It's obviously a card game, easy to clean up, easy to learn how to play, and yeah. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If it was, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and if you have any comments or want to know anything about the game, maybe we forgot to mention something, or maybe you just have a specific question about this game, make sure to put that in the comments. We will definitely get back to you very soon. So yeah, bye guys.
Bye.